And in command Mikelo be aiding he said, Utie Ninkomudi Mupen, was Moises Caicedo no. Currently, as we speak, in the Chelsea midfield, and I say even in the world, or Baba ye one hell of a midfielder or Unimbo on the ball. And I say a defensive midfielder this particular season, what born home on the Chelsea Football Club, and see a can be Unimbo on the ball currently as we speak among other midfielders this season and even in the world. Mr. Moises Caicedo as a deep line playmaker for Chelsea Football Club. Unimbo on the ball chain will be here. And I'm believing to have that particular thought say me even with the English Premiership, the top teams are mobile currently as we speak. The top 5 defensive midfielders are mobile. I don't think Obia standard no match with Moises Caicedo. So we'll check it with Tottenham Hotspur. He's that kind of player on. He played very well for Fulham when he was playing for them. Bayern Munich, he was a fine player, but then he wasn't able to adapt to their system with Bayern Munich. We're back to Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, baby, at Tottenham Hotspur there. It tells you, say, he is cooking something in the midfield for Tottenham Hotspur this particular season. But I don't believe. Said the kind of ball now, Bono. It levels up with the standard of Moises Caicedo of Chelsea Football Club. Was stay consistent with Chelsea for the last 2 seasons. I am not sure. Although, say, Ryan Gravenberch last season for Liverpool. So, most of these players are almost stay very competitive, giving Liverpool consistent quite number of performances. Together with McAllister and then Obiti says Dominic Szoboszlai in the midfield for Liverpool. I don't think so. Obiti Ryan Gravenberch the frame, but then he is not that kind of player. Boost to say in the midfield of Liverpool, he was able to control the entire affairs of the left midfield and the right midfield and even the central midfield of Liverpool. Onya that collaboration with some midfielders or more. And that's what utilizing most of these opportunities for Liverpool Football Club. Then you talk about Arsenal. Declan Rice, say Unya Thomas Partey, say Bia Unya Martin Zubimendi are all Ediama Arsenal this particular season. I don't think their level matches up with the side of Moises Caicedo for the side of Chelsea Football Club. And it is actually getting on me, say, at this particular crucial moment in time. So who will be in the English Premiership? That's who will be in the world of football. In terms of defensive action, all mount numbers, all mount that kind of recoveries, all mount that kind of retentions, or destable the opponent midfield. It is that particular man, and able defense of Moises Caicedo. At the time, I'm not all Moises. At the time, I'm not Brighton and Hove Albion that season. He was able to give 53 appearances for Brighton and Hove Albion. So we'll check in the number of goals or share. It was 2 goals. The goal contribution for Brighton and Hove Albion, all those were form, but the assist was 3. In terms of tackles won, he gave Brighton and Hove Albion 68 tackles and ultimately winning Edinburgh Brighton and Hove Albion. In terms of interceptions, almost 77. Player of the Year awards Oje Bako, Edinburgh Brighton and Hove Albion. The next season, he played for Chelsea Football Club. In fact, last season, most of these midfielders are Omunya possession won for Chelsea. For most of these particular football clubs, it was a certain Moises Caicedo who did that particular thing for Chelsea Football Club. He was first on that particular radar, making sure that possession won in midfield. He had 229 possession won for Chelsea Football Club. Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United on 213. Noah Cheke, Elliot Anderson, Honorable Edema Nottingham Forest on 207. João Gomez of Wolverhampton Wanderers, who had 200 possession won for that particular football club. But apart from last season, even last season, in the Chelsea Football Club, their midfield, and even most of the top 5 clubs in EPL, in terms of tackles won, so ultimately abbreviated in most of these particular specialized clubs Papa Moises Caicedo was able to have 22 tackles won for the side of Chelsea Football Club, and then he was ranked first. In terms of duels won, he was having 68 duels for Chelsea, and then he was ranked second. Interception, he had 17 interceptions for Chelsea, and then he was ranked third. Successful passes are all bought from the midfield to the attacking side. No, he had 464 successful passes of Ogenuity, Edinburgh, Chelsea. Then you talk about this particular season. Interception, see your league. Your the EPO no will be a quite number of interception for their football club. It is Moises Caicedo, and then he gives Chelsea 8 interception, followed by Tyler Adams or Nobo AFC Bournemouth on almost 7, and then Marcus Nesi or Nobo Edema also Bournemouth on also almost 7 kind of interception for these particular football clubs. It tells Moises Caicedo at any moment, Obo in that particular midfield for the side of Chelsea, he has been able to do that particular thing. But say who define it? The role of Moises Caicedo, Edema Chelsea, Obibo as a deep line playmaker, and not just say Obo as a number 6 role. But that number 6 position, you with different roles, Obi Adinibej no Obi Obebo. So Kofa Obi to say Frankie de Jong, some Bebo number 6, he will give you that different option.
Yeah.
So Kofa Sergio Busquets, some Bebo number 6, he will give you different option. So checking Makelele, so defensive action or the different option. Moises Caicedo Tony in line with the likes of Michael Essien, Casemiro mo, any Makelele mo niya mo mbeyema Chelsea I hold na 8-10-2. And you afraid these kind of people the destroyers. Destroyers they say, or you're that kind of combinative player. They say on destroy most of the opponent passes are ever. Now on show the defensive midfield, and I say on show the defensive structure of Onwankasa and the team. Now making sure so to keep the midfield on his way. Now one make a lot of tackles, one make a lot of recoveries, no one make a lot of duels. You get that thing from Papa Defensive Moises Caicedo. In terms of neutralizing the midfield at the amount, Moises Caicedo will give you that particular maximum. But you check Casemiro, Bodema Real Madrid Football Club, similar to Moises Caicedo. Check my place in board, Bodema Chelsea, similar to Moises Caicedo. Makelele with Real Madrid and even with Chelsea, similar like Moises Caicedo. That makes me think that at this particular moment in time, the ball now all Bodema Chelsea is different from Rodrigo Cascante of Manchester City. Rodrigo Cascante, Diana anchor man. Diana say, making sure say obesity deep in front of the midfielder. Sometimes Obebo as a hybrid midfielder, and then he can easily come in with his exceptional passing movement. Or be orchestrating and the attackers away anymore. Then you talk about the space eaters. Ebine Declan Rice. We hear Declan Rice or a defensive midfielder. But then, or dwelling more when athleticism, comfort to make a depicted with spaces are and what the opponents anchors a house in terminal and Albania with Declan Rice. But Osha Moises Caicedo money bar Obo, Edema Chelsea. Now we're checking the work rate or the Chelsea Football Club. I can say at this material moment in time. So we a solid midfielder, a solid defensive midfielder, or Obama that quite number of performances, or better defining a good role at the Amawa. I don't think say anybody matches up with Moises Caicedo currently as we speak. And me side with Mikel Obi say at this crucial moment in time, he is the best midfielder ever Chelsea and even with the entire world pertaining to his position. Obo as a defensive midfielder for Chelsea Football Club.
Mama,